Mais ils vont comprendre que s'ils ont le confort dans lequel ils vivent aujourd'hui, c'est parce que les Congolais ont versé de leur sang quelque part.
There were, of course, large-scale massacres, which, alas, we cannot quantify in any measure.
Stupid statue, and it's a reminder of, the country really wasn't built with you in mind.
First of all, you have to admit yourself that you're part of the problem.
The Cinquantenaire Park in Brussels, a statement of grandeur dreamt up by King Leopold II and crowned with his double L crest. He paid for this with money taken from Congo, his own personal African colony. Leopold became fantastically rich. The Congolese were forced into labour, mutilated and killed in vast numbers. Jean-Claude Ilunga was born in Congo but has made his life in Belgium. 60 years after it won independence, he believes Congo is still hobbled by its colonial past.
Le lien entre les deux, entre ces beaux bâtiments qui ont été construits par Léopold II et le fait que le pays soit raciste, c'est qu'il n'y a jamais eu en Belgique une reconnaissance de l'apport du Congo pour avoir tout ça. Il est quelque part malhonnête de la part de la Belgique ou de ceux qui dirigent la Belgique de ne pas reconnaître que si aujourd'hui on a ces bâtiments en Belgique, si aujourd'hui on a cette richesse en Belgique, que c'est grâce au Congo.
What hurts many is that Leopold still crops up everywhere. A tram stop, cafe, street names and statues. There is little sign of his memory being shunned, despite the extraordinary brutality that Belgium delivered upon Congo. This monument isn't even 100 years old, but it feels archaic, an insight into Belgian colonial attitudes. Up there, it talks about the black race. Then there's a quote from Leopold II saying that what he did was in the interests of civilization and for the good of Belgium. And on this central portion, you can see that the Congolese are represented as grateful and vulnerable. Their Belgian rulers are seen as benevolent, or in the case of the soldiers, as strong and resolute. But there is a sign that the modern world is beginning to intrude. Belgian colonial rule was often about subjugation and terrible brutality. Look at this photo. The man is staring at the severed hand and foot of his child, cut off because he wasn't working hard enough. She was then killed, along with the man's wife. In later years, Belgium tried to present itself as a more benevolent ruler, but independence for Congo exposed a hollowed-out shell, a massive country with no infrastructure, doomed to fail. Sure enough, war and economic collapse followed in the decades after independence. 80% of the Congolese population now live in extreme poverty. Motonga is the heart of the Congolese community in Brussels. Alina runs a community centre here. She says colonial attitudes still permeate Belgian society.
Here, the stories that were putting on Belgian people was like, yeah, but Congo needs civilization. They're bad. The way that they do things over there, it's not okay. They're not smart enough, and this and that. And that's the way that a lot of people, Belgian people, intend to see Africans as well. Like, you have those stereotypes that are not broken yet.
And she's not alone in that sentiment. There are many here who believe they are treated as second-class citizens, pushed aside by the ripples of a colonial past.
One thing about racism is it makes you feel really quite lonely. But I'm not the only one who feels the rage, who feels the loneliness, who walks by a stupid statue, and it's a reminder of, the country really wasn't built with you in mind, and you'll have to work twice as hard or much harder than other people to find your place in it.
In the Brussels suburb sits the museum that Leopold paid to have built. The grounds here once held a human zoo where Congolese villagers were put on show. Inside, there are grotesque vestiges of the past. But one of Belgium's leading historians told me this all needs to be kept, understood and remembered.
It would be very dangerous to erase and to destroy every sign, every remnant, every impact of Leopold or of colonialism in the Belgian society, because Belgian society would be, in a certain sense, amnesic. There would be a sort of amnesia towards the colonial past.
For decades, the museum barely changed, but now it's been redesigned. The curator says it now confronts uncomfortable reality and that Belgian society should follow suit.
We need to have much stronger diversity policies than we have today, and the way we do research, we have to rethink a lot of that. So decolonization is a process which takes time. We've taken the first steps, but there's still a long, long way to go.
In the museum's grounds, Leopold's statue has been defaced again. This nation is gradually coming to terms with its colonial past, but it is a slow and awkward process. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Brussels.